Welcome to the Isle Chat podcast with me, Beth,
Josh,
and Ryan.
This podcast is all about exploring the big questions, the small moments, and everything in between.
Whether you're stuck at the shops, in traffic, or just looking for some inspiration, our chat is here to keep you engaged.
It's time to talk, connect, and find meaning in those everyday moments.
Welcome to the Isle Chat.
Have you ever tried Irish curry?
Irish curry?
Have you ever tried it? Have you heard of it?
I don't know. I didn't know what's the difference. Someone Irish make it?
Well, yesterday's wedding, which I'll come on to talk about, Stacey Clark, the photographer we were working with, is Welsh. This is where it gets all dead confusing. For anyone who's out there who's had Irish curry before, you can only get Irish curry in Wales, in a chip shop, a chippy. Exactly. This is what's confusing.
How was this being the start, to be fair? Go on, tell me anyway.
I'm
intrigued now.
I just thought...
My head's already fell off. Yeah.
Well, I said this yesterday. I said to Beth, I'm going to ask him about the Irish curry thing, because for me, my head fell off.
Yeah, I was just about to say, when she told us, we were like, what, wait, Irish, aren't you Welsh? Like, it was so confusing.
I reckon she's taking the piss out of you.
She's not. She said, when you go into it, she went, because she was staying around Knutsford ways, because she was at Coleshaw the next day today, and she was saying, do you know if any chippies around here sell Irish curry? Not just Chinese curry, but Irish curry. And we were like, in a chippy? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, what do you mean, Irish curry? And then obviously went on to explain everything about it being in Wales.
Is it a separate way, or is it
So I said to her, no, you go to a chippy in Wales, like for me. So I went to a chippy in Wales and I said, yeah, curry and chips. I said, would they give me Irish curry or Chinese curry? And she was like, no, you've got to ask for it.
The funny thing is, it's not even Chinese curry. It's just probably jarred from a manufacturer somewhere.
I know, but it's a Chinese chippy that you normally go to, isn't it? Yeah, of course. But anyway, just thought I'd start off by asking you that. Really, I was curious. And if anyone out there who's tried Irish curry, let us know your feedback on it, eh?
If you Google it, it just looks like curry.
It does,
but
yeah.
It apparently doesn't taste like it tastes.
Looks like katsu curry. That's what I thought. But I just want to touch on the last episode that got released regarding our pregnancy. Everyone, I know the people that will be out before this one, but the pregnancy episode especially, thanks for everyone who got in touch, just congratulating us both. Really do appreciate it. We had a couple of comments on YouTube, but one in particular that stood up was Ben McGuinness, I think. You know, you can get in touch and probably say I got it wrong, but really appreciate your message, and even just a little added note on how good work we're doing with the podcast you mentioned, to keep it up. So
thanks.
Nice.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Thanks, Ben.
Everyone commented on how glowing I looked, which I definitely do not feel glowing today because I'm full of cold. If you can hear it in my voice, I'm like, so I apologise.
Sniffly. Sniffly.
This morning when we were driving down here, I was thinking, oh my God, what's she going to sound like today? What a week it's been for us.
Weddings of the week, do you mean?
I do indeed.
What?
Because we have a wedding that really, beforehand, was going to stand out to me. I knew it was, just from our consultation with the couple. And we know they listen to the podcast, so that's made me even more excited to talk about it, because I know they're going to be listening to this part now thinking, that's us. Emma and Chris. What a couple. And what a couple I thought he was before we even got to the wedding day, because of how they spoke about the meaning of the wedding. I think a lot of people get married because obviously they're in love, and that's nice and that's what we want. But for these, there were so many added reasons for why they wanted to say I do and become a, married family as such. And for us as videographers and photographers, when we turn up to the day, it's an emotional day as it is, but I don't know whether we want to touch on it or what, but there were some moments throughout that day that I know from when I captured it, I just thought, that's going to be really, really cherished for a very long time.
There was tears in my eyes a few times. And obviously, people probably know by now that I occasionally have a little tear at a wedding day if it touches me. Not in that way. But yeah, if it hits me just right, I do have
hands off, ladies.
Get back. But no, like there was a few times where I came to you, wasn't it? Because it was just me and yourself. Beth sadly wasn't with us. Where I came to you and went, did you just see that then? Or I can't believe we've just got that. And just like Zoe and Lee's, for example, when there's a deeper meaning behind it other than, as well as them sealing their love, that there's other reasons behind the people who were also present on that wedding day that their moments they'll never get back and stuff like that. Like, it just hits a little bit differently, doesn't it?
Massively. And obviously, if you want to touch on it, do you reckon we should?
Which?
Obviously, Emma's dad.
Oh, Emma's dad, yeah.
I think a part of the wedding, I think for them, probably getting it captured as well, was seeing Emma's dad walking down the aisle, doing a first dance, them moments. I think even for us watching it, we were filling up, weren't we? And you cried during the speech.
I think it was, the moments for me was, obviously as a dad to 2 girls, I know probably, well, I hope that someday that'll be me. But like, seeing him after he had his first dance with his daughter, which clearly took a lot out of him, because as soon as he'd had that first dance, immediately he just like sank back into his chair, and like people were around him giving him drinks and fanning him down, and you could see he was gasping for breath and stuff. Like, you knew it took everything for him to get up, but at the same time it made it so much more meaningful for her and to us, like for us to see what's going on. Because after that, I don't know about you, but I just, even though other stuff was happening at the wedding, which I was very visual of, I just found myself getting my eyes drawn back to like his table where he was, just thinking, is he okay? Because I think he did have a bit of a turn as well.
He did perk up afterwards though, which I must add, because in case anyone's listening thinking, I wonder, hope he's okay. He did perk up again. And I just thought, when they were doing that first dance, I was half, it sounds dead like cliche and a bit cringe, I think, but I was half having like a flashback moments of them probably as a little girl.
Yeah, no,
that's what I was seeing.
Exact same.
And the way she was looking at him, it was just like, you're a dad of 2 girls, so you must have them moments more than I do.
I think that's when I cry the most, when I see like dads and daughters together, because it's so close to home. Yeah, let's put it that way.
And also touching on Ruby and Ryan, a big part of the day.
Oh my God,
they were amazing kids, by the way. They was just, they blew me away how like mature they was for the age of them, but also how like involved they wanted to be as well.
Ryan especially.
Ryan, yeah, and Ruby
kept on checking in on me. Ryan.
Ruby ran the show in the morning.
Yep.
And Ryan was just like, he was running the show. Both of them just stepped up to their responsibilities. Ryan was best man. I think Ruby was maid of honour, let's say. Yeah. And both kids were just the pair. They were more mature than most brides and
I'd say they were more mature than me.
Yeah.
Like, just even like the little bits like later on, like these are teenage kids. You don't expect much from teenage kids because they are just quite loofy sometimes, aren't they? They're just going about the business.
Sat on the phone or whatever.
Like crap. Not very. But they're like the time when he come over to me and I just went, right, I just want to speak a little moment for you. I just want to really thank you for capturing this day for us. They really appreciate it. Shook my hands and everything. I thought, what's just happened here?
I think he just liked you because your name was Ryan as well. And I was getting left out.
Did he keep on saying, I love your name, right? You're right. And I was like, yeah, right, you're right. Like a little,
so you had a little bond.
Little bond, yeah.
But also just to add on, through Emma and Chris listens to the podcast, they ended up booking a few suppliers.
All of our mates.
From the podcast. So they ended up having Hair by Beth, who was on one of our first guests, and they actually had our first guest ever, Abby Hanlon. So it was nice to see their faces and see them be a part of Emma and Chris's day.
It was at the Park Hotel. Shout out Park Hotel. Yeah. One of my first ever venues that gave me a little bit of time of like being part of their world. Little platform. So thanks Park Hotel.
And yeah, just to wrap it up, thank you both, Emma and Chris, so much for the gifts as well. So thoughtful. Even Beth got a gift and she weren't even a part of it.
Well, I was just about to say, I wasn't even there, and Josh came in with a little goodie bag, which I am enjoying at the minute.
What's your tissues?
A little snot rag out the way. All my chocolates. So thanks very much.
You made that look dead majestic then, Beth, when you did that.
If only we could slow it down. But no, yeah, thank you both so much. And I felt like when I was driving home, I was like, I just want to be their mates.
I know.
I did feel that. When you're driving home from somewhere and you go, I'm probably never going to see them again now.
I know.
Unless we're lucky enough to.
I discovered, didn't I, that like, so Chris, out of the two, I'd known for something like 15 years or something like that. Like, not close mates or anything like that, but we met through Becky, my wife, and her best friend. That's how we met originally.
Fish, uncles, auntie.
No, that's not a long list.
No, I was only joking.
But yeah, we'd been out loads in the past and just seeing each other every now and again. 15 years, long time.
It's a long time, okay. But yeah, thank you both for just being an amazing couple and just made this.
And for listening to the podcast, because they're like,
they were promoting it.
I would say there, but
I think Ruby and Ryan listen as well.
No, but Emma is like super fan, isn't she? That's what I felt anyway.
I think we need to send her a mug.
Yeah.
Why haven't we sent her a mug?
Well, we really dropped the ball on that day, didn't we? Because we didn't give Abby ears, which we could have easily done. And yeah, we could have given her a little cup as well. Just to say
I think
thanks.
we will send her a mug.
I think we will.
And I could talk about their wedding all day. I could talk about them all day. But I even think we should just get them on.
We will get them on. We said that to them. We always looking for a couple. We said we'll get them on. But I was just going to say then, do you remember when she said that the night before her wedding day, when she was staying over at the hotel, she's going, oh, I'm not up to date, so I was going to listen to you last night before I went to bed. I thought that was hysterical that we were going to like lullaby her to sleep the day before her wedding day. Our dulcet tones.
Yeah, our boring voices. But yeah, thanks again for everything. And
yeah,
we
really like that
getting you on the couch one day, hopefully. And then another wedding we did was actually yesterday. It was at Coleshaw. Speaking of the Irish curry.
You love it there, don't you?
We do love Coleshaw. Shout out to them. They always look after us. And it was Chloe and Anthony's big day. And it was just, for them, they were very laid back. And that was like, they reminded me if we ever got married, how chilled they was. And she was so present. I don't know whether we can announce. Do you want to touch on it?
I did think that, but I think because by the time this gets released, I think we're in the
We're in the safe.
Yeah. So basically, during the groom's speech, they had a little girl. She was just gone one, wasn't she? And during the groom's speech, he said at the very end, I'd just like to say thanks on behalf of myself, obviously on behalf of Chloe, our daughter Penelope, and if you look up to the sky, you'll see the gender of our new baby. Now, dropped the scan picture, looked up, the lights had all turned blue. Nobody in the room, apart from her immediate family, knew that she was pregnant.
The whole wedding party just went off.
That is madness.
It was like someone just scored a last minute goal. Felt like in football.
Insane.
It was unbelievable. Like, I've got goosebumps thinking about it. To be honest with you.
I can't wait to see that video.
I filled up, no pressure. I filled up when it happened because...
Did you know about it before it happened?
Luckily, they give us the heads up beforehand. But just before he went on to thank his wife, his daughter, and his obviously unborn child, he was speaking about the people who weren't there. And this lad even said it. He said it to me on the consultation, didn't he? About he went, we're just not emotional people. He said we've had like Penelope, Beth's get married, and we just didn't. We don't cry. We're not criers. And for me, hearing a lad who's basically saying I'm not someone who cries often and stuff like that, speak about like grandparents who are no longer with them. And he was speaking about them in a nice way, saying want to remember them and stuff. That was just before he told that. So he basically what he did was, but I was unintentionally, mate, he made everyone sort of fill up, start to cry, and then just drop that bombshell of, and by the way, if you look up at the sky, because when he said, when you look up at the sky, like that, when I look at the ceiling, it was sky, everyone sort of went, oh, what's he going to say? And he was a big Evertonian as well, so when he turned blue, everyone thought, oh, it's for everything. For everything. Everton. And it was such a memorable moment, and I know for them when they come to watch the film back and even see the photos from Stacey, they're going to look back and think, oh my God, thank God, like what a way to announce you're about to have a baby.
Honestly, like obviously we were catching it, but like I was looking around the room and every single person was just shocked, crying, like it was amazing. It literally was, you couldn't have asked for better.
It's only just begun. It's got no relevance to anything. I just thought I'd sing to fill a space. Obviously, people will know that we had two very special guests on the other week. Brother and sister team, Bradley Sky.
Yeah.
Right?
Loved them.
And during that episode, we were playing around, a little few jokes here and there. And we just left the episode as it was, thinking, oh yeah, made some nice boss new friends. That was it. We give them the cups, off they went. And obviously we've watched them do stuff since. But last week, you said, before we go into the weddings, oh, we've got a package there that's come to our thing, our office. And I was like, package? Another package? It's not the fridge. The fridge is in ours. We just got a new fridge, by the way.
Shout out the fridge.
Shout out the fridge. Where you can have beers on ice whenever you come. And you come up with this moon pig thing just before Emma and Chris's wedding. Went, yeah, there it is. I was like, moon pig? I definitely haven't ordered nothing from moon pig. And then opens the box.
As you opened it though, you were going, lad, this is you. You've sent me something. I was like,
yeah, I still thought it was you. I still thought it was you until the card inside said. But basically, I was promoted with this little cup of my own here, which was kindly donated by our friends Bradley Sky. Yeah. Because we referred to me at one point as the Salt Bay of photography.
I can see the resemblance, like a little bit. I think what you should do is Just hold the cup and then just do a little bit of salt into the cup.
I should have put my sunglasses on.
Hide the cup.
Hide the cup.
Lower your arm. Yeah, you're in.
You're in. You made a shot. But thanks for sending in the card as well.
Thank you so much for that as well, by the way, because...
Very, very thoughtful.
It is very thoughtful, especially after the episode. Normally people turn up with little gifts, like obviously... Paper Doll got used an unbelievable gift.
What a gift. I've showed everyone who's come to our house.
Unbelievable
gift.
It's
like on our table, like when everyone walks in, we're like, look what we got.
And for everyone who watched that episode last week, you will understand and you'll have seen that that gift is not only something that is beautifully presented as it is, but the memory that that can continue to give is
massively
on a different level. I was a little bit annoyed that I didn't have a gift for myself. But
you make everyone feel bad who comes on as a guest.
No, I just said I always want something.
Yeah. No pressure, lads. Thanks for the gift
lads,
as well, yeah.
Wrapping our little part up nicely. Should we move on to our
guests?
2 guests that we've got on that we can't wait to speak to?
Yeah.
We've had these earmarked for ages, and it was just a case of like tying them down, I think, because they're so busy all the time, aren't they? They're always off in some other country or some other area or some other wedding. So it's hard to get them honed down for a second.
They are massive guests, and as Ryan always says, this is the biggest guest we've got today. But these are up there for me. Big fans of the pair of them.
But by no further ado, should we get them on?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. These lads, amongst all their other peers in their little industry, are a bespoke event management company covering all aspects of entertainment. They say they can bring nightclub vibes to your wedding day, and seeing them live on a number of occasions, me and yourself, we can confirm that that is accurate to death. So they're our mates, Apres.
So that's what I want to start with, to be honest with you, because when he said Apres, and then it's like Apres.
I know it's Apres.
Apres, yeah.
Apres. And there's a meaning behind Apres.
Yeah,
is there?
It makes no sense.
It makes no sense. Why?
Good start. Good start.
Everybody knows what it means.
I'm sure we Googled it when we were like trying to book you on, because we were like having that conversation ourselves. So it's like, I think we've actually spoke about it.
Someone else told
on a previous podcast.
It was your mate, the lad who does the drums, wasn't it? He said Apres is like the meaning, the
Alan?
word stands for something else in a certain language or something like that.
Well, it means after in French.
Okay.
So it's meant to be like
the after party.
Yeah. But because we've called it Apres music, it's like after music. So then really we should be like, I don't know, a hotel or something.
The after party.
One step at a time.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, how's things?
They're good.
I think you're like the busiest people in our industry, I must admit. Because when I see your socials, you just hear it everywhere. Like, you've just got back, Johnny's just got back from Dubai. You're probably like sunning yourself off somewhere in the next few days or whatever. Do you like know what you're like doing, or do you just live for each day?
It's all organised, but it is a bit day to day.
Good. That was a good business answer, that, wasn't it? We are organised, I swear. We know where we're up to. But is it like that though? Do you feel like you look at your calendar and you just think, when's the day off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is mad. So like this weekend, we're going to. Where are we going? We're going to Barcelona this weekend.
See what I mean? Imagine just being like, I'm going to Barcelona the weekend.
No. But we're going for a day. It's not really.
Is it for a day?
Is this like that situation where I think we'd spoken to someone who was speaking about this the other day about like international weddings and international gigs or whatever? Is like it sounds brilliant when you say it, but then the reality is you're literally in and out in like a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Is that like the same for yous with
like
most things? Because I know yous go all over the show really, but is it always a one day thing or?
Mostly.
Like to sum it up, like next weekend, I've got a wedding in Italy on the Saturday. So we land Friday night, got the wedding Saturday, and then we're playing in Ocean for Billy for Sin on Sunday.
See what I mean?
So then you go to Italy for like
a few hours,
13 hours, and then
it's weird though, because I feel like it's different to us turning up to a wedding on a destination wedding, because we're there all day. So for you, what's it like for you? So you turn up like an hour before you're meant to start, and then do your set, and then you're done, and you just shoot back the hotel.
Like,
or do you? Because you sometimes bring like the whole system, don't you? Like the whole, because you've got like the whole works, haven't you? The stage, the lights, the. So do you have to carry that round with you, or is it just a case of like there's your sax, instruments,
drums, crack on?
Well, we plan it all before, so we always get people over there to provide the gear. But because, as you can tell with our name, our languages aren't that good, so there's always there can be a few mix-ups. So like we turned up, where was it? It was in Palma last summer, and there were no decks. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm. What do you do in that situation though when you turn up and there's nothing? Are you ringing around like people?
So
Google Translator. Donde vamos?
It wasn't our fault. We want to put it out there, and the guys just went and sorted it.
Yeah.
So we have to get there same time as you guys, really, to make sure everything's all covered.
When you're in a destination wedding,
yeah,
because I know at home it's the things are different, aren't they, for you guys? Like I know you do the whole thing, but if it's just you two performing, are you there like an hour or two beforehand before you're meant to start, basically? Is that hard to like? Because obviously, explain what you do, because I feel like we haven't even like given you some. Like, I know we've spoke about Apres, but we haven't spoke about Johnny and Tom. Because obviously you're Johnny, you're Tom, and he's like point down like that. Johnny, Tom. Just have a little like tags that come up. But you obviously play the sax, Johnny, yeah, and Tom plays the drums.
Yeah.
But you own Apres.
Yeah.
And what is Apres? I know he's just gave an introduction to it.
The intro wasn't very good.
But if you had to explain to a customer who's coming to you as being like, "Hi, what is Apres?" How would you like describe it to us?
Well, I think like when we started Apres, it was more to give artists a fair cut and chance, just from the personal issues we'd had.
Because obviously you started off as like solo artist, getting into the industry, and you obviously knew how, from previous experiences, how difficult it is to get a fair cut, basically. So you are like, what? I was not say the Dana White, because Dana White like rips everyone off, doesn't he? But he's the first, and he like gives everyone a fair chance.
He's like the pioneers of this interaction, aren't you? Because I went on your website the other day for the first time, probably, because obviously I knew yous, but I'd never like done a dive, like, and I didn't realise how many different artists you now have under your like umbrella, if you like, or your corporation. It's flying.
Yeah, so we tried to get as many people as possible, but but we only have a few people that are kind of like exclusive or priority
for you guys. Yeah.
Because we didn't want to be like other companies where like you're exclusive to them, and then you're stuck at home on a Saturday night.
Yeah, so they're missing out on work because they're exclusive to you, basically. So you wanted to give them like that fair chance to be like, listen, you know, he's like, what would you word? Not contract, but what's the word for that?
So you have like freelancers on your books, essentially, but you also manage them to give them work.
Yeah, so like we've got Jam Sax, who and Leon, who we really kind of like try and get as much as we can for. We try and get as much for everyone.
Yeah,
as in they've been with us from day one, really. Like James is doing really, really well.
Is it like a ladder system though? Because it must be that thing where if people are booking like a sax and a bongo and a DJ, the first people to get are yous, or is it like, how does it work in that sense? Because there's that many of yous, I'll just sort of play it.
Well, it's people normally book a DJ first, don't they?
Yeah.
Do you have many DJs on your books?
Yeah, loads.
Yeah, loads.
Probably more than any other.
Really, yeah?
Loads of DJs, yeah. But I think when they come to me, all of that's pretty much booked in. But then, like I always say, like I can only be as ever good as the DJ. Like I think a lot of people will like look at the Instagram and go, I want that. But you won't get that if it's not our DJ or a DJ that we've worked with before.
Prior.
So it's far more better for me if they get a package with our DJ, bongo player, our sound system, our lighting. I know it's going to look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can just turn up, plug in and play, and I know the DJ's going to play our playlist.
Because Abby had, I don't know if you know her, Abby Hanlon.
Yeah.
Or Hanlon, as we like to call her. She turned up to a gig for her, but a wedding to us.
Yeah.
And she plugged directly into the sound system that the DJ was playing at the time. And we love Abby and we know Abby's like incredible, but it just didn't fit her, in my opinion. Her vocals didn't sound as good as they could have had she brought her own system and done her own checks and whatever. So I think that's what you're touching on there, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's more beneficial.
So any brides and grooms who are listening, who are thinking of getting just the sax would be great. The best thing for them to do really is make sure the DJ suits your style, basically.
Yeah, because the amount of times I've turned up and the equipment's not been compatible.
like 20 years ago equipment, and you're like, what am I doing with
I'm
this?
trying to put it politely.
Yeah, no, it's fine. No, you know what I mean?
The skills of the DJ
as well.
They're like a laptop DJ.
Yeah.
And like, or like I asked for like the one and only song people literally pay for is just Jubel.
Yeah.
That's what like I start with. And
like that, looking for the
like,
CD disc. I don't think I've got that CD yet.
What's it called? How'd you spell it? And I'm like, oh no.
That's common occurrence, that though,
just a
wasn't
question on that, Jubel. Obviously, I hear you and other sax artists playing it because it is like the tune, isn't it? Do you get sick of playing it?
Do what?
Do you get sick of playing it? So that's a controversial thing to ask because you'll still probably play it anyway. But I mean,
that one is it?
Yeah. People call it Save Me.
What?
Save Me.
People call it Save Me.
Save Me.
Jubel.
You're like, save me from playing it. Save me head in.
Maybe like the 10th time.
A night.
A night?
Because we'll do like...
Oh, you go to different places and stuff?
Yeah, well, I think we were the first ones to actually do that. Because I think like before I started, it was like 1 gig a night.
Okay.
And I was like, by like, sometimes by your 11 o'clock slot, like people have gone home, like it's not...
That's very true.
It's not impactful anymore. So I went to like doing like 1 hour, like sort of power hour.
Yeah.
And then literally it become like hour, get to the next one, hour, get to the next one, hour. And like we'll start at 12 doing a brunch at Mason's.
Yeah.
And we'll finish at like 3 in the morning at Jaloo.
Wow.
So it's just Saturday is just
constant,
like...
isn't it?
So by 7:30.
So what are you up to on a Saturday then, boys?
Well, by that 7:30 then, in that brunch slot, we've played Jubel 4 times.
Yeah,
really?
It's a show song.
It is the one. I think it is the song though, isn't it? That's like defined, isn't it, in that world now? And it does always go off as well, to be fair. I think it's like we had an episode not too long ago where we talked about like the music of a day and like how certain songs, even though they're good songs and well-known songs, crack it up because you've just heard them that many times. But then you still also respect them because they do make for the moments that you're looking for. So it's like a bit of a love-hate sometimes for us.
No, when I hear it, when I can hear the DJ bringing it in, I do think.
Do you? Yeah.
Now,
everyone's getting the phones out now. This is my moment. Yeah. Do you feel like a bit of a celebrity at times when you're performing? Because it is like pinch me moments, isn't it? When everyone's sort of
whenever I hear Johnny play sax, it's a pinch me moment.
Is it?
Oh,
that was I've been seeing.
Is that sincere? That
yeah,
always.
I've looked over while he's been DJing and he's been like crying,
tears in his eyes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
proud because obviously it's your company. You just built it from the ground upwards.
I feel like you're taking this.
No, I'm being serious.
He was dead serious. He was getting emotional himself.
I was a bit like, oh my god, Tom, I didn't know you were like that.
Yeah. No, Tom's more like playing the things out of key.
To catch it out.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you know much about like the decks and stuff. So if you turn key lock off and you put it up just by 1-2 BPM,
the speed of it changes or something.
Yeah, it changes.
The key changes.
So higher or lower type of thing.
Then I can't play, or I've got to like adjust to go sharper or flatter.
So I feel like I'm getting a sax lesson here now.
I know.
How does it work? Because I've always thought when you've picked it up and you just.
This is probably a good time to ask because what we know, we don't want to like hone in on it. You don't have to tell us like your life story, but like obviously you've told us about where Apres starts, but where did you start? Because for a long time I actually thought you were brothers. To be fair, is that not true?
I reckon you should start saying you are. Make it easier.
Really
I know, yeah.
What's really weird as well, we're both born on the same day.
Shut up.
Is that
same
true?
year?
Yeah, same year.
That's crazy. That.
What day?
Halloween.
You might as well be
Seriously,
brothers. To be fair,
31st.
Blood brothers then?
Yeah.
You didn't know that, did you? Blood brothers? That's who you are?
Is that what that means?
Yeah, born the same day.
Oh.
Same age. Haven't you ever seen Blood Brothers?
I thought it was like where you cut yourself.
I thought it was
Yeah,
where you cut
it
yourself.
is.
Yeah.
But
That's what we're all doing at the end. By the way, we'll all have a little cut.
That's part of our cult of the Isle Chats. No, it is. Blood Brothers is born the same day, same year.
But where did you start? Because I know you from being in weddings. Now that's typically where I will see you most. Prof and you, I actually saw you way before the wedding side of things. To be fair, but we'll come to that in a sec.
He's like the baby reindeer. He's being stalked on your babies.
What's the lad's name? Is his name John as well?
No, I don't know.
Richard Gads. Sorry.
Richard Gads. That's his real name.
Don't want a lawsuit here. We're not putting anything about baby reindeer on this podcast. Axe that. But where did you like? Because you aren't from like the same areas. And like obviously you're from Liverpool, but you don't sound like you're from Liverpool. No. So where did you align? Like, was you playing music together in a band before? Or like,
no. So I was in a band. So I came to Liverpool because I went to Lipa and I was in a band, doing all like the indie music.
Drums,
yeah.
That's cool, that. I like that.
And then we were working for different companies, like different agencies. I was doing bongos, Johnny was doing...
Well, I'd literally, that was my first ever residency when we met.
We met at the Florist.
Yeah. Shout out the Florist, by the way.
You didn't even know what that was the other day. I had to tell him. I was
said
like,
about the Florist the other day, and I went, the Florist? And
it went off. Back when that first came about, when you must have been playing it, that was like the place to be, weren't it? With the flower wall and stuff.
Yeah.
But that was, I was not busy at all. I'd just learned to play the sax. And I was doing that every Saturday. So every so often they put a bongo player when it got like really busy. And Tom was the bongo player.
The lucky player who come in.
Well, I did I think I was on like every last weekend or something of the month. But I had to keep it dead quiet because I wasn't allowed.
People are eating and stuff.
I wasn't allowed to gig there because I worked for another company.
Oh.
And they were proper like, you can't gig, you can't do anything.
So this ties a little bit to what we were talking about before, about the exclusivity, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Do you not advise artists like yourselves when you're starting off, obviously when you look back now, to fall for a company like that and start to get into an exclusive contract? Do you think it's like a bad idea?
I don't know. I think it takes a lot of pressure. If you've got another job, and you just want to do a few gigs, to top up a bit of money, or it's just a bit of fun, then do an exclusive contract, sit at home. But there will be weekends where you sit at home and you don't gig. But it must be quite nice to just not have to worry and just gigs appear.
Yeah.
But it was I was coming from music. Johnny was also, doing full-time music. It's our jobs.
Yeah.
We can't sit at home at the weekend.
Yeah. You need to be out.
It's like your lifeblood, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's got its ups and downs.
What are we talking about? So when you start, like, obviously, I'm getting that you're like a musical student. So like, as well as doing it like physical, you were like more on the academic side. Was that not you, or did you also come from like a music background before playing the sax? Or
no, well, growing up, I played like piano, guitar, like my family's musical. But no, I came from like football background. That's I done that like my whole life, really.
Professionally?
Yeah.
Isn't that mad? Because
you on everyone's five-a-side team now when you go to like any venues and that going,
funny enough,
I get Johnny on yours.
My like upbringing in football was so traumatic. I don't watch it. I don't play it.
Seriously?
I don't.
Was you at a club till you were like 16 sort of thing then?
No. I was like a part of like, there's like an era of players who all got like poached by like the big 4 clubs
in the Prem.
Yeah, and I was like, at 13, I was hearing like 7 figures.
Wow.
To play here, to play there, and like essentially it took me out of football for like 2 years, while like tribunals were going on. Like, it's illegal. You approached us at this time when I was at this club, and there was like just clubs fighting over, and I was just one of many. And I think like I eventually settled. There was a deal that was made, and I was eventually settled at Wigan Athletic.
Yeah.
But even then, when I was signing a pro, it still came back of, well, compensation's owed to Everton still, because that's where I, like, from the age of 8, I was at Everton till I was 13, bounced around lots of different clubs, Liverpool, Man U, Man City, eventually settled at Wigan, went to Swansea after that, then bounced down Southport, Norwich, Northwich. Even like as an adult, what happened when I was 13, that compensation rule was still stinging me a little bit, because I wasn't like free just to sign. There was always like a clause, if I get this many appearances, this is owed. And I think like it's now settled, like I still coach at Wigan, so I can sort of like pass down how that affected me mentally, to not even like I don't watch it, I don't play it.
Do you hate football now then? Because
I do, but I still work in it. I still coach at Wigan till today.
I think that happens to loads of lads. Do you remember what was that programme, The World at Their Feet? Did you ever watch that?
No.
Did you ever watch that?
I was just going go on.
I was just going to say that was like a programme that was basically centred around like these lads, and it was the likes of Rooney, Gerrard, Franny Jeffers, like the players who were like these up and coming players that everyone wants. But there was all sorts of things that like tied them down to certain things, and the world of their feet was like a play on.
No disrespect to Franny Jeffers, but you've just put him in the same category as Gerrard.
Yeah, but I mean, these, like your Michael Owens, like these are the players just that were like all the clubs wanted to thing, but they all had these like Franny Jeffers. He's on the same ball. He's on the same ball.
I think because he's from Liverpool, you just put like Scousers in that category. Then
that's all I did basically.
Yeah.
But it was all of these players, and then they talk about this situation where everyone wants a piece of them, but they could never. It was never their own freedom. So, do you think that some way ties around to why you made Apres the way that it is now? That it isn't like a cult tied down situation? Do you think subconsciously somewhere in there that's playing a part?
Well, definitely, because like I felt trapped.
I've just looped that back around.
I think it's brilliant.
You're impressed.
I am really impressed, and I also think
I feel like I'm in therapy.
Well, you know what? I was just gonna say, I didn't know that about you, and I think good on you for sticking around doing the coaching still, because you probably don't realise what you're doing for them younger lads, because you didn't have
changing lives.
You didn't have anyone like yourself doing that for you, probably, did you? So, or did you?
Well, I had to be fair, there's one guy I did always,
and it was Tom.
Yeah.
No, but that's honestly, I didn't know that about you, and I just think, wow. And I was actually going to touch on beforehand. Isn't it funny? Because people always say, like, people like from Liverpool always either play football, boxing, or music, and it's mad that you've done both.
So the city's kind of built from, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. So it's interesting that you were really going down the footy route, and then obviously the traumatic events that have unfolded for you.
Well, I fell out of football at like the worst time. I was like 21. Like,
how old are you now?
I'd missed 32.
32.
I missed like sort of, because at one point when everything was going on, I was looking at like universities, and like my childhood dream was to play football.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I'm applying for a university, like this is the worst. And then Wigan come in and like sort of give me another lifeline. But then 21, I'd sort of missed the boat of going to university. So I was like, what am I gonna do? So I went travelling for like, I'll just
go and find myself, travelling.
Yeah.
Literally went.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's true though, isn't it? You need that time away from the normality of what's around you, and even like the people you've got around you, because you know yourself, that's the first thing everyone asks you, what's going on with footy, and you're thinking,
even today, people are like, I thought you'd play, and I'm like, well, I did play, just not.
Yeah, just the way it unfolds for people. I think sometimes with football, and you must have seen this with the lads you probably come through with at the time. It is just a look sometimes as well as on people's side. Sometimes not even like the gifted player, are they?
Well, I think by the time I'd got to, like, I broke free from like the tribunals and stuff, and I was just like, my dad wasn't there watching no more, because that had huge impact. My relationship with my dad now is affected because he was taking all the deals and like speaking for me, whereas I just wanted to play football. Like, by the time I like broke free from that, I didn't want it anymore. I didn't speak to the lads the same. Like, I was, getting to my early 20s, and I just like, I didn't want to play. I'd hate going to training. I'd hate going to games. I'd hate having to like speak to the manager about like, why you're not picking me. So that's why I just left it, and literally went to a guitar convention with my mate, and there was saxes there, and I'd also been to Sin that year of like, just travelling.
Yeah.
So I went to Ocean, seeing like Billy playing and all like the DJs that we play with now, watched like Lovely Laura, Ellie Sachs, and literally asked them. Like, I asked Ellie like, how'd you get into this? And I remember Ellie saying like, well, if you need a gig, like, let me know. I was like, so like I bought a sax and like just done it every night for the hour. YouTube the.
So is that how you learned then, through YouTube, or did you go to like a...
Shout out YouTube for the
YouTube's
the man we've got here to this day, Johnny.
Yeah. But a lot of the skills are transferable. Like, I played piano, guitar growing up. So I think a lot of the skills, once I learned like all the music theories,
reading music.
Well, I don't read music. I just play
chords
by ear. And just memory. It's not like. It's not hard. It's harder to learn music.
When I say that, he says.
When I say that, people think, "Oh, that's amazing. He plays. He's pitch perfect. He knows." But actually, it's easier than reading music.
Okay. So, in terms of playing the sax, then, because I've always thought this when, you know, I'm not that I've ever had a go, but I remember playing the thingy in school. What was it called?
The recorder.
Not that I compare them
the same.
to. I know they're not the
as
same.
cool, I've got to say.
But is a lot of it down to like your breathing with playing?
No, I get asked that all the time. It's literally used the same amount of air, like when you're talking.
Really? Because
Like,
people just think you have to proper like blow and like, do you know what I mean?
Oh, no, I only have to like do that when the DJs play like turned up way too much and I can't hear myself and I'm having to fight through it.
Tom's laughing because he's like, yeah, that's what I do every single time. Get up there.
But it's nice if you use like together though, you know, when you turn up, as you said before, just looping it back to having the DJ that you provide or someone that you've worked with, use it in that sync then where you can say to them, lower that down a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well no, we have like sign language.
Like that.
Yeah. And he's like, me. I'm like, no, you. He's like,
yeah. We're like that, aren't we, Beth? Beth hasn't got a mic today, by the way. There we are. Beth hasn't got a mic today, but she is in the hot seat producing.
Yeah, on camera.
She's got a cold, so we've took a mic off her. But no, yeah, I think it's interesting hearing the backstories of both of you. Obviously, we've really touched on yourself, Tom, with the music side. But Lipper and band.
Yeah, I was in a band.
Is that your dream, was it?
It was my dream, yeah. So I was in a band called Wide Eyed Boy.
Wide Eyed Boy.
And we actually recorded an album. I toured loads out in Germany. But yeah, it was
That's interesting, that, like Germany.
Yeah, so
I feel like I've heard of Wide Eyed Boy. Was they like you quite a big deal then?
No,
1.2.
No, I wouldn't say we're big.
Tom playing it down. Nah.
No.
Just in Germany.
Few 100,000 shows, no big deal.
Just in Germany.
It's only about as much as we do now on a weekend.
I supported quite a few people. I supported. Have you heard of Pete Doherty's band, the
Libertines? Yeah.
So I played for them at Ali Pali,
Okay.
down in London. Supported bands like The Enemy, Feeder, and played around Germany. But it's a bit like football in the sense that I feel like a lot of music can be. It's easy saying this when you didn't make it, but I feel like
No, it is. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of music is less about the actual tunes and about like how many followers you have or having that kind of like, you know, that special story.
Popularity.
Like, yeah.
That's why when you see like the likes of X Factor and Britain's Got Talent, they're coming with a story. They might not be they might be the worst singer ever, but as long as they've got a story behind them, it sells, isn't it? There's
a likability factor, isn't he, of what goes into it as well.
Yeah.
And Tom's not liked.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I can't say that.
First, I think you had a good impression of me the first time I met you, and I remember it because I think we left like a cap at the farmhouse.
Still got that.
Have you?
Have you? Freaking
my lens cap. It is my lens cap.
It is. It's yours actually.
That wasn't the first time we met, surely.
I think I'd seen Johnny beforehand, but I just feel like sometimes you know what it's like, and sadly, at times when we work with yourselves, we might not have a conversation with you because yous are doing yous and we're doing us, and it's a bit like, what time are you starting at? Oh yeah, we're going to come on at this time, or we're not on till like when she's have gone. So that's our conversation. There's not much more to it, but then it's only when you start to see each other more and more, a little bit more conversations added now, isn't it? So it's like, you alright, you busy? Yeah. And that's a small talk sort of thing, isn't it? But no, that was the first time I recall meeting you. Because I thought it was really nice of you to sort of get in touch and be like, by the way, I've got this for you. Some other people just
got this £2 lens cap here if you want me to drive all the way to Liverpool.
No, he was just like, what do you want me to do?
Too nice of a lad, you know.
That's what I mean. It shows his personality, isn't it? He's nice lads.
Well, yeah.
And ever since then, I just thought, I'm a #1 fan of the Wide Eye. What is it called?
Wide Eye Boy. Yeah, but I never actually gave you back the cap, so it didn't.
I know,
yeah. Nice one, Tom, lads. Appreciate that.
Fucking camera's gone to bits now, fellas.
But yeah. So that all happened, and then we got dropped over COVID because you couldn't tour anymore.
I think that happens to a lot of people though in your industry, in like the music industry. People just got let go straight away.
Yeah,
mine was the opposite. I think COVID is what made me.
It made you. It's right, Johnny.
Yeah, made Johnny.
It made me.
So you were on your ass. So you were like,
I was flying. Garden parties galore.
Garden parties, house parties, non-stop.
Yeah, I mean, it kicked off Apres, didn't it?
Because he keeps calling it Apres, I keep hearing that still. But how do you feel about when people pronounce it wrong, just by the way?
I mean,
people on the phone, I love, do you want to book this? Apres? You're like, Apres.
Yeah.
If you spoke to a French person, I'm sure we're saying it wrong. So my mate in the band, he's fluent in French. He's from Switzerland and he can speak French. And we had all the logos made and everything. And it's like, Tom, do you know that there's like a little accent on it?
Yeah.
It's like, you've put the accent the wrong way. So that doesn't even mean anything. And we'd had it all made. So we had to get it all made again the right way.
Okay.
So
these bloody French and their bloody accents. No offense to any French out there.
I know, yeah. Just insulting the whole...
Couldn't get myself knocked out when I walked around.
So basically you were flying during COVID and you wasn't, and then Apres started. Did you who come up with the name? Who come up with the start and idea of creating the business?
Well, no, we're missing out. Like
a chunk.
Just before COVID, when I started, and we got put together at
don't say
Florist. we then I was like, oh, this company's like saying go exclusive with them, and he was like, yeah, I'm with them. So then we both did that, and then naturally they put us together
as a
like
duo.
Like they would have Sax and Bongos always together, like little pairs, and they put us together. So then during COVID, we were having like Zoom calls with them because
this is the company that you were both exclusive with at the time.
Yeah.
Because I've got my issues of like only getting 10% of what they're putting me out for.
10% is just like robbery, innit?
I was paying commission on. So like he
was paying commission on your 10%.
How mad is this? Like,
imagine.
We've played in Jalou, which is a nightclub on Victoria Street.
Shout out Jalou.
Yeah.
I'm getting old,
which
mate.
Which is also French for jealous.
Is it?
Yeah. So
what's with the French vibes, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just out of the loop, with time, but carry on.
So we've played in Jalou like forever.
I was in Jalou when it was graffiti.
Oh, no graffiti.
So that's Jalou now.
That's Jalou.
Graffiti. Where's graffiti?
So they were like, we want a bongo.
Oh, Victoria Street. Yeah, I'm on to you. Graffiti, yeah.
And I was like, well, funny enough, I've literally just met a bongo player in the Florist there. Like Tom get involved, but he was like, I'm gonna have to tell them. How easy
I'm joking.
it is to get cancelled.
Oh, no,
so yeah,
it's not
getting cancelled. Go on, carry on. Start again. So,
so Jalou's got you in all the time.
I was in Jalou.
Jalou.
He tries to show off, doesn't he?
It's like that Joey Barton interview.
I know.
Give him an inch, mate, and he's fluent in French.
So I was in Jalou every week. They wanted the bongo player, and I just started playing at Florist with Tom. So I was like, Tom, get involved.
Trying to have a go.
Do you want to go? And he had to go.
So you were breaking contract rules?
I was breaking contract rules.
No,
we've all done it.
He was doing it, and then just paying them.
Oh, lad, what are you doing?
No.
Money out of his own pocket for doing a gig with me.
So this started off because I was in Florist, and I had to keep that on the
shush.
DL.
Yeah, and then I was in Jalou, but then we were on everyone's stories. So everyone was seeing.
Yeah, he was a flying.
That's the problem with modern day, isn't it?
Yeah, so
Can't
they're
hide.
like, you can't play in here, and I'm like, I am. So
go ahead, Tom.
Watch me.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
And then I kept up that level of like, I am, and started to pay them commissions.
That's how strong.
Yeah.
Put your foot down, lad. I'll pay yous.
Yeah.
I'll pay yous.
Yeah. And then COVID hit.
Over
We
there.
lost all our gigs.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And we had this mad Zoom.
Yeah. So that was it. So during COVID, we were getting Zoom called, being like, "Why aren't you doing more with us?" And we were like, "We want to."
Because the world's shut.
Yeah. And then I think the phrase that I heard was like, "If it was so easy, like go and do it yourself."
Oh no, it was better than that. It was better than that. It was. No one wants to book you, because we were saying we were passing over gigs and we weren't getting on.
Yeah.
And
Oh, sorry. So people come to us and we were going, "Sorry, go and speak to them to book me in." They deal with my.
What?
They were dealing with my stuff.
You were in demand. People wanted you too, because you are like a bit. Like I must admit, before we speak to you today and stuff, and just from an outside looking in, you are like the brand. So if you were getting married, you'd be like, I want them too. Not a sax and bongo player. It'd be like, I want Johnny and Tom. Do you know what I mean? Because you see, you're like, as I said before, you're like celebrities, and that's terrible, isn't it?
You can't use inverted commas because it's actually true.
That's what I'm saying. In your line of work, you're like top dogs, aren't you? Essentially. No offense, lads.
That's how we see it.
No,
So just to touch a little bit back on, because
You don't remember. It's hard to say a compliment to get it.
Yeah, you can't take the criticism, can you? But while I was in my other world, which you only discovered at the Bentley the other week, on the music, the dance music side of things, I'd seen yourself at a number of gigs, like plenty, specifically through the arse end of COVID as well, when everyone was just starting to get that like vibe back and like the structure. And that was where I think met for the first time, even though it wasn't me, because you were on a table and I was down here going, yeah, I'll get you some boss pictures, lads, I'll get you some. And you were like,
we need some like subtitles for that bit, because I didn't get a clue what you just said.
But that was like the interaction. But through that, at that time, because I was like looking around at what was going on musically, like dance musically, let's just call it that way, I was thinking, this fucking Johnny's absolutely everywhere. Like, and there wasn't a party that was happening that you weren't at.
Yeah.
And then I think I met Tom shortly after.
But I was just going to touch on that Zoom call, which prompted it. What was like the famous line that like just made us go?
Yeah, we missed it.
We never had an intention of setting up.
Yeah, I didn't want my own business.
You sound happy about that, Tom. I didn't want this life.
No, I just wanted to play, get paid and leave.
But then he said, if you're so good,
getting comfy there,
go and do it yourself.
Do you know what? If you've got an offer somewhere or anything, I'd just have that. I'd have that on my website.
Yeah, I'd have it above the door.
I would. I'd have it everywhere, and that's just like a proper slap in the face to that previous company, which we shall not name for legal reasons. No, I'm joking. That's such a good feeling for you now, though, because at that point when you went, right, let's start Apres. Was there a part of you? I know you're probably going to go no because of where you are now, because you are like smashing it, and you genuinely are smashing it. At the time when you went, you know what, let's set it up, was there any party that thought, what if it doesn't work and we just look like absolute idiots for trying?
Yeah.
No,
was there a slight?
Time.
Did you?
It's like that what is it?
Imposter syndrome.
Was that a part of it? Like what you thought?
Well, because like like I was getting a headache. Like my Instagram was becoming to like 50, 60 requests. And I was getting like stressed, like I can't go through all of these.
Like managing it.
I can't book everything in. So on one hand, I was like, I needed to be a part of
a company where they can manage it for you.
But I also need to be treated fairly. And then like we were just sat in Nando's.
Shout out Nando's.
Where all dreams are made.
And we were actually pitching. Well, Tom was pitching like, well, let's just break off and do like maybe we can call it like Apres music. And we were like, I was like,
it's the first idea.
That's cool. Like you've definitely thought of that previously.
Yeah.
Like, no,
you haven't just thought of that while that food was getting cooked.
He was looking on the Nando's menu going, what does that say there?
It was way too rehearsed.
Butterfly.
Yeah.
So then the guy who was like pitching it to was like not interested.
He went, it's really hard to start a business. Yeah, I wouldn't start a business. It's too hard.
Yeah, it's too late. Everything's been. I was like, but then the inquiries we were getting in from COVID sort of like pumped through. Now this new agency where like we couldn't do all the gigs coming in, so we were getting other people, and like I didn't envision it to be like
what
any
it is
bigger
now
than just like us.
Yeah.
That's the only time. Like I didn't think it would never not work. But the only time I got worried was when we took like the first person on in the office.
Yeah.
And like we had Robin who worked really well.
Well, even getting an office, I was like, whoa, is it that big now? We need an
office.
office. Now we're getting somebody. Now we need the second person. I'm like, but then all of a sudden, it just started like fitting together. And by no means is it complete. Like
that's it, isn't it? Yeah.
We're still like
growing.
I think that's the best way to think about it, though. I think once you think, we've done it now. Do you know what I mean? We are complete. We know we've got everything locked down and stuff like that. It stops you wanting to grow and progress.
I feel like it's impossible to stop stressing, because like when you've got the girls in the office, we've got James, Alan. Well, it's not sexist, they are girls.
The girls like that. We've got names, you know. Name them.
What did they identify as?
As girls. We've got
Ryan's getting us cancelled there. Talking about
I'm actually keeping you online, to be fair. You might not want to be girls.
We had Robin and Kayla working together, who were really good for us. And then
Tom's Johnny's face laugh.
How many permanent members of staff are
Who's on the books, lads? The taxman's asking.
Yeah. So coming, I'm not throwing shade out. I was thanking Robin for all of our.
Is Robin moved on to somewhere else now?
She's moved on.
Yeah, that's nice though that you've given a little.
Robin.
Yeah.
So we had. So we've got Kayla.
Yeah.
Working.
Who's
my girlfriend.
Wait.
But that's not why she got the job.
That's what everyone says when they're the director of the company.
It's not why she got the pay rise either, and it's not why she now DJ.
Yeah.
So we had Jenny as well.
Yeah.
It's good that you remembered them all though, innit?
No, Jenny's his girlfriend.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was like another one like Robin then.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, Tom, you throw me under the bus.
It was only fair.
So your partner works for the firm and so does yours.
What instrument does she play?
She's a singer.
I know.
So you're both.
See what you did.
Yeah.
So your both girlfriends are like artists as well as yourselves.
Yeah. But so it just made it more stressful so we had to make sure, because like Kayla left her job to work in the office for us. We're like, okay, so she now needs to make that money. James, Leon, Alan, Warren, Sam, they're all exclusive. We must have like 10 people, DJs and a few live artists that are like exclusive.
Is that your biggest thing to like brides and grooms? Because obviously we do have a lot of brides and grooms who are listening, who have got weddings booked in. Do you want to start now? We've got to start. Nice one for telling us. Is that one of the things for you where you, obviously brides and grooms who are listening, you are like basically saying to them, realistically, I know we mentioned at the start, we went off on a bit of a tangent, but if you're booking us, make sure your DJ is like up to the same as us.
Or just our DJ that we play with. We're not going to work with any DJ better than the DJs we work with week in, week out. And there's literally a select few that you know, I'll be playing and I'm just thinking like banger after banger, like it gets the energy going, it makes
you know how to waste the room
so much easier.
Yeah.
So I've actually just thought this. When you're performing, do you know what the next track's going to be, or do you just let the DJ pick?
No, I've got to be able to. I would never want to tell a DJ what to play. Like that's their like spotlight. That's what they want to do. I've got to be able to listen and improv. Sorry, and I think a lot of other sax players will come with a playlist and go,
like a pen drive. And
I've seen that happen.
And I just think that's the worst. It's almost disrespectful. Like I hate when people come to me and go, "Can you play this?" I'm like, "You're gonna have to ask the DJ. Go and ask the DJ. Like I can play anything you want." But the DJ at the end is ultimately the person who's deciding where he wants to take the dance floor.
Is that the same for the bongos as well?
Yeah, well, it's just like playing.
But you're sometimes the DJ, aren't you?
I'm sometimes the he plays the same songs.
Oh, here we go.
I'll play whatever you want, girl, as long as it's them 10.
Exactly.
Is it the same though? A bit of improv for you as well?
Oh, it's all improv, yeah. But what people don't realise is because we provide like weddings, we provide entertainment to clubs. We look after a few clubs. We do we do kind of like the in-house DJs. So like, you know, when you turn up and it's just a generic DJ.
Yeah.
So we try and make sure that we always have the right DJ on every gig. So we never actually have to tell anyone what to play. But a club DJ won't be on a wedding gig because weddings don't want just club music.
Yeah.
So that's how we try and work it.
Do you know what I think's the best at that though? And obviously I know you've worked with him before, Will Madden.
Yeah.
He's such a good like club DJ, but he's also such a good wedding DJ as well. I've seen him do both and he's brilliant.
He's rare though, isn't he?
What?
Yeah.
When I seen him the first time I seen him at a wedding, I literally turned to Beth and was like, I'd have him at my wedding. Because he has just got the balance to a T.
He's really good.
We love playing with Will, but what's funny enough, Will has just come out the same situation as us. Yeah,
he's on his own now.
He was
with the same company you saw
like before. An exclusive act.
He's with the same company though.
It's been good to play with him again.
It's been nice to play with him again because you knew how good he was beforehand. Yeah, it's mad that, isn't it?
He's a good friend of ours.
Yeah.
So we play with him.
Don't you just think, shouldn't like, as like an industry, what you do, like artists, just come together and go, nah, just two fingers up to like them type of companies? I know you are a company.
I think it's so hard to do that for anyone in any genre though, isn't it? But
having a company, we've sort of come up against the reasons why this thing's put in place. For example, like we do have like an office and people work in the office that we've got to make
overheads.
Sure. So it is extremely frustrating when an artist will go to a client direct, which is why I get why our previous company were putting rules in place, but I like to think like we do it fairer, like the cut's fairer, and there's no like you can only work for us. Yeah, we're a lot more like we use the term exclusive far more loosely than
we say priority.
Yeah,
and like if anyone asks us if our acts want to see the breakdowns, we'll show them the money. There's no secrets, but I do get
both sides.
Both sides, yeah.
Now we've got.
You just done both sides, though. That's the way you understand. That's why I think yous are probably best to run a company like that, because yous have been
you've
fairer. Sorry, you've been on both sides, so you.
But we do make mistakes. We're still learning. Do you know what I mean?
As does everyone.
How old is the company? Like 2 or 3, 4 years old then?
But see, this is the thing. Like, yeah, we came up with the name, but like we were still like on the back end of our leaving our previous contract and.
Because obviously we only started at Prey once the contract was completely...
Did you have to buy out of it like a football one where you're like, yeah, Realms have come in for...
I think Tom, you just had to wait. But it was COVID, so it was okay.
Yeah, I couldn't gig. Yeah. So, can you believe...
Would they really would have took you to court over it?
Well, I mean, I don't want to...
Take the risk.
I don't want to say things that I shouldn't say, but apparently they tried to take someone to court. Wow. But it just so happened that when I left, we went into a worldwide pandemic. So there were no gigs anyway, which was quite
and I think
fortunate for yourself then.
I think I was just too new, so they didn't really
like a cooling off period type of thing.
Plus, I think working in COVID, like I think that they wanted to separate from, because I think you were allowed to, was you?
No.
Shitbags.
So.
Can't say what I want, lads. Do you know what though? No contracts, me.
I'm my own boss. No, I think it's interesting for like people who are listening, who are either business owners or people who are musicians trying to get into the industry, or even brides and grooms wanting to book like the likes of yourselves. It's just interesting knowing that that's what's going on behind the scenes and that's what's happening in the side your industry in as such, you know, in the artist industry. So I never knew all this. To be truthful,
my head's fallen off. To be fair,
it's quite weird that that's happening to you.
I just thought, because there's no just about it, I knew you were turning up and just smashing its head in, really.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was all of this, like, political...
It's mad, really, because there's enough work for everyone, and we've taken the approach now where we just focus on ourselves and we just look at what we're doing, don't care.
Don't look at anybody else. And
we've got mates. We've got mates that we gig for other agencies. We do loads of different stuff. So like we'll help our mates, but we don't worry about what other people are doing, because you can just get sucked into that world of just
constantly looking at what they're doing and trying to like match your. I think for yous, and I've noticed this since you sort of burst on the scene in my head. Sound like Mika Richards there, don't I? Burst onto the scene, but. When you sort of burst onto the scene to me, you just haven't disappeared. You have just remained, and if not further,
consistent,
being there and there more. Do you know what I mean? And people who work for you as well. Because I've turned up at weddings where it hasn't been used to, but I know it's people under the Apres company.
Which kind of swings it round to where he is heading. What do you want it to be?
I think we've like with doing. I think for me personally, going from a customer, what we call a customer, in Ocean, like I always go
watching. That's mad, that isn't it?
To like last week we were doing the openings.
Looked at the stage and now you're standing on it.
Literally.
Does that feel like? Do you feel like when you're on the stage?
I got a selfie with her.
With Billy?
No.
Ellie.
Ellie and Laura.
Oh,
he's got it in his flat.
But that's like the thing though, isn't it, for yourself? That's like...
And Lee Morrison. I love this. Oh my God.
Did you look up to Lee Morrison?
Yes. If you say this...
He'll be made up with that.
Shouts out Lee. Lee's definitely going to listen to this one as well. He knows you.
I feel like you've got something else to say.
Oh, no.
If he has, I have as well, so... You can
there's nothing on
say it.
Come on, lad.
Say it.
Say what you want to say.
So I can't remember where it was. Was it?
Just make sure you don't miss when you say it, lads.
It was
Yacht Club.
Yacht Club.
Yacht Club. So we turned up, and Johnny was like,
"Wait, can I say? But before you say this, can I say what I was? What? So give a context.
Go on, give a context.
Tell us the story.
So coming back from playing football.
Yeah.
Thinking like you've made it. I went out like every week. So,
like most young footballers do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I knew who the DJs were.
Yeah.
So that's all I'll say.
Okay, go on.
So we
love this already, you know.
We're walking into the yacht club, and Johnny's like, "Stop." Stop.
I wasn't.
Oh my God.
I wasn't like that.
We're at the wrong party because Lee Morrison's playing over there. And I'm like, Johnny, it's okay. We're playing with Lee. And then he asked me to...
Did you know before?
Oh, yeah, because I'd played with Lee.
Right.
Because Lee was also part of that company.
Group, yeah.
Wow.
It's like,
so this company's like had all the best artists and for some reason let them all go.
It's like the Man City.
Yeah.
But anyway.
They're all stuck on the bench.
Yeah. So Johnny was, I'd say, starstruck. Would you say starstruck?
Yeah.
Just admit it, lad.
I think it's a compliment to Lee if it is.
It was only because I'd like listened to his... I seen him at Ocean. I listened to his mixes. So I just knew who he was. So I thought it's kind of a big deal.
Was you starstruck?
No.
Did you ask for his autograph straight away, or did you
Did you ask for the picture with him?
No, Tom did.
For you though?
For me, yeah.
It's like, yeah.
But was it like one of them? Will you cop for my mate? Was it like one of them? Will you get a picture for my mate?
But do you know what though? What's funny about that? There's people who see you who think the same as you.
Yeah.
So that's funny how it's done a full circle. I know that for a fact. I've been at weddings where you've turned
Beth's
up.
nodding because it was Beth. Beth's got a picture of you. No, that picture in the Bentley that you signed, I robbed it and passed it on to Beth.
Fucking hell, right? Stop telling everyone. No.
Just gossip man's not it.
Have you not made the Bentley wall?
To be fair, I haven't. But let's not talk about that, right?
But is it at least it's your photos on the Bentley wall?
I think there is.
Oh, that gets even worse.
That gets worse, doesn't it?
I think they're all on the
digging the old song.
No, they're all on the telly screens, I believe. But
we believe. Never seen them like. But I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact.
I know people look at you and go...
Because I've been at weddings where...
I think because you've got such a big, like Josh mentioned earlier, because your social presence is so high and so engaging, and you see it at all of these like exclusive events that like people want to be at. They probably look at you and go, fucking hell, that's them there.
I'll tell you what normally happens, because I'm the bongo player, what normally happens is they'll come up to us and they go, oh, can I get a photo? And we'll go, yeah. And they'll pass me the phone, and then I'll take it.
Oh, that's nice though. Still nice that you're approachable.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, they're not that starstruck where they don't want to come over to you, but...
No,
but I've been, as I say...
No, I mean, I take it of them and Johnny. I'm not in it.
Oh, God, yes. Can I jump in, guys? Let me in this one. No, but I have been at weddings and I've overheard people saying, oh my God, that's Johnny and that. And I've been like...
Johnny and
that's Johnny and that lad that he hangs around with. What's his name?
It's Johnny and bongos.
Yeah, some people say to me, are you available? I'm bongos. I'm bongo man.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad thing, mate. Do you know what I mean? I was recognised at yesterday's wedding, to be fair, for the Isle Chat, for this podcast. But it was weird. So if you ever have... for me, I don't want to be recognised. I don't like the idea of being recognised. But you were next to me. I think that's what must have triggered the lads, memory.
Josh and camera girl.
Yeah, the producer of the Isle Chat over there. But it was that moment where, as I was basically the couple about to do a confetti shot, and I was stood there with the camera, and the lad walked past me and went, yeah, the Isle Chat podcast, way. And I sort of went like focused, and I went, what he just said then? Made up with myself. Come back. And then obviously got speaking to him later on, but it was proper weird at that time to be like, what, how does he know me? And then when I found out, it was because of Mimi Bell events. It was a friend of theirs. But do you ever have people coming over saying, oh my God, you're Tom, you're Johnny? And does it freak you out when it happens?
Yeah, it does really, but it's like sort of coming back to, I think like Liverpool seems so like everyone knows everyone.
Defo.
And like, I definitely do get like a level of support.
Yeah.
So it's nice. It's nice that
What's your cap say?
What's it?
Icon.
Which one have I got?
That's why he wore it today.
Hey, he knows what he's doing there.
I wore it because I hadn't done my hair. You should have worn one.
I know he's been in touch with him before, Tom. Where are you from?
So I'm from Stevenage.
Stevenage.
Which is it's where Lewis Hamilton's from.
Is that your claim to fame, is it? I went to school with Lewis Hamilton.
He's got a picture. I've seen a picture of him and Lewis Hamilton. Like, it's in his bedroom, it's in his living room.
Did you go to the same school?
Well, no, because then I moved.
What school did you go to?
I moved and then I went to Sussex as well, and then I came up here. So I've lived everywhere.
Was that your birth to Liverpool then, Lipper? Is that how you
yes,
approached
I
it?
came to Liverpool because of Lipper, yeah.
Cool. I like Lipper as well. I know a few
Did you
people.
go there?
Well, I did drama for a few years, so I was like,
this is amazing.
So I was like similar to yourselves in that, like, you know,
musical theatre.
I did musical theatre.
So you're a triple threat.
But if I'm being totally honest with you, when I was doing musical theatre,
No one has ever said that, lad, to him in his life.
I'm a triple threat. Yeah, Beth. It's me new. No, I did do musical theatre, not by choice though. It was more just...
Who does it by choice?
I know, exactly. And to be fair, that's when I sort of started coming out of it, because I wanted to be more... I like theatre, doing theatre more than, you know, sitting in front of a camera. If I'm totally honest with you, I don't think I'm made for the camera, like, but... and now I'm behind the camera now.
Don't be so hard on yourself.
That's my story. I'm behind the camera now. That's my whole claim to fame. I couldn't make it as an actor, so I went to the side.
And when he gets it and he goes to Beth, stop. There's Ryan from Roller, stop there. That's what you do, isn't it?
So everyone's spoken about their failed dreams. So what was your failed dream?
Failed dream? I didn't really have a dream. I think most of my childhood / young adolescence was spent figuring it out. Okay. I never left school with any real notion of where I wanted to go. The camera thing was just like a byproduct of emotional intelligence of who I was, and just finding something that I could hold on to. That's all that was.
Oh, nice.
There you go. My dream, what I thought, was to have a house with a detached garage and a garden front and back and work in an office, which I did. And then when you find that you reach that dream, you just think, that definitely weren't the dream that I was looking for.
Well, at least you reached it. None of us reached our dream. So, you know.
Hey, I've still got time.
I'm actually...
Footy is like a short-lived career. Music, you're doing it really, aren't you?
Oh, I had this moment, what was it, like 3 weeks ago, where we keep all of our stuff in our mate's warehouse. And I said, Zach, I don't think I'm gigging anymore with Wide Up Boys. Can you put the drums up on the top shelf? So I thought he would do it kind of discreetly, you know, not after. You know, I'm not going to watch it go up. He sent me a video, freaking forklift starting at the bottom, going all the way up.
Oh, no way.
Parking the dream.
Do you have any music over it?
Well, no, it didn't come out on Spotify, so we couldn't even put one of the songs over it.
Do you know what my famous thing with the acting thing is? People go, "Oh, you're not doing acting anymore." No, they make for you, and they go, "You're not in the band anymore now," and you're a bit don't remind me, it's killing me. And people go to me, "Oh, you're not." When I left uni, I was doing drama in uni, and I left after the first year, and people were like, "Oh, that's it. Now go and get a job and all that." And my mentality was, how old was Morgan Freeman when he burst onto the scene in acting? Do you ever remember him as a young actor?
Well, he wasn't, was he?
There you go.
He wasn't.
That's my mentality. I'll be 60 odd, breaking out into Shawshank,
doing a cameo on the Brookside reunion.
Exactly. Yeah. It's question time. In that creepy voice.
Doesn't do it as much.
I know. I didn't nail it as good as Beth. Should pass the mic across to Beth. Anyway, lads, it's question time. We've got numerous questions in here. We've got about 7. And as Rise just touched on, DJ. And the question is, who's their favourite DJ to play with? Who's favourite DJ to play
the
with?
boss.
And this question has come from our good friend,
This is hard though.
Lee Morrison.
Because,
So no pressure, lads.
But because
You've got to promote your own company, haven't you? The lads who work for you, or girls.
It's like playing in a football team. And there's 11 positions on that pitch, and we love playing with all of the DJs.
Good, safe answer that is.
And there's you know, if you're on that team, we love playing with you.
All right, someone who's not under the Apres
that's a good
team,
question, actually.
someone outside, someone in and someone out if you'd want to do that.
right, I think the best way I can put it is when you don't really know exactly what the DJ's playing, but you can just feel the energy.
Okay.
I think some DJs are just really good at bringing the energy, but they're not really playing the same set. So for me, that is Billy,
Yeah.
Casey Lee, Lee Morrison is right up there. If I walk into a wedding and see it's Lee,
You're happy?
I just think,
Sorted.
get me cigar out.
Yeah, cigar.
Will and Dusk. He's good as well.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you named 2 female DJs there though, because it sounds bad, but it's no day and age. Sometimes you just always assume, as we mentioned off air before, a 60-year-old fella sat in the corner being the DJ.
I think that's just the stereotypical
But
thing
nowadays,
with weddings, isn't it?
the
It's
top
like
DJs
60-year-old
as well.
photographer in the corner as well, isn't it? We're breaking that mould, aren't we, as young kids?
But on the comment scene, there's so many I think some of the actual best DJs are girls.
They are though.
You've got Billy, you've got Casey, you've got Millie, you've got Kayla. I'm now going to leave someone off this list.
No, because I think in a lot of what we do as well, like photographers, videographers, they're all girls at the best. I've always said that.
Yeah,
they just have like a different...
They have an understanding of a feminine attitude that we just can't hone into.
Which brings the energy to the floor, because a lot of the time it'll be girls on the dance floor as well as lads, but majority girls.
Predominantly,
I was just got off topic there a little bit, didn't we? Another question for you lads. These are all anonymous, and obviously I've threw Lee under the bus, but whatever. How far in advance do we need to book you? Oh yeah, lads, you might have a booking there.
Funny enough, 2025 August is gone.
Right.
26 is like half. So like people do book in.
Really in advance.
People want, you're in demand, aren't you, really?
Yeah. But we always try and like be flexible with our times to like. So we have like 3 main slots in the evening. We have like 8, 9, 9:30, 10:30, 11 to 12. So more often than not, there's always something we can do.
Nice. I think that goes for a lot of people in the industry. It's like if you want them, you need to book them. Don't wait around.
Yeah, and like
how do you secure the booking?
That's
just my question, by the way. It's not on here.
Yeah, so we've got our amazing booking team working in the office, so you can.
Is it like a percentage deposit or something of what they book?
How do you? Yeah, it's just a 20% deposit. You want full payment terms? Yeah, 20% deposit.
And the contract as well. Tom, why there?
The main is 30 days before the event.
Yeah, same as us, isn't it?
Yeah, same as most.
So it's good to know, because brides and grooms are listening, thinking, well, how long have I got to wait to pay it, basically, and stuff like that. So it's good to know. So I know we've touched on this, but someone sent it in. Apart from bongos and sax, what else do Apres do?
Everything. Guitar. So like we do like electric guitar with DJs. Roaming.
Ryan's putting that as guitar over there. He doesn't play, but he's just bought it.
Out, yeah.
I know. Shut
Violin.
Harp.
I didn't know you did all this.
Yeah.
Well, like
singers.
As you would know, like being in this.
The wedding industry.
You know, everyone, like we do wedding fairs. We to everyone, like if they get us gig, we get them gigs. So our connections, like probably people don't realise. We could get you a dance floor. We could get you a middleman. We could get you a fire breather.
Yeah, we do all the production as well, like all the sparklers and.
What is it they called? What is it? The ice.
Sparklers, yeah.
Dry ice. That's the one in there.
Yeah.
The sparkler ones that go up in the air. I've been bathed on a few of them, and they go there cold. Them, they're lying.
So what it is? It's electric. It's like electricity shock.
So that's why it burns.
It won't burn you. But I know what you mean.
Like a pinch.
Because you're next to it, aren't you? A lot of the time as well yourself. You must say,
Tell you what, I did a wedding with you, and you just left, and you know the confetti cannons.
Yes.
It was at Peckforton Castle, and we had this confetti cannon, and it broke.
Was it one of them ones you plug in as well?
Yeah.
Right.
So I set off this confetti cannon, and it launched like
the whole tube,
like a missile, and hit a man in the face.
No, it never.
It's dangerous, that.
You know, you say.
No way.
Is the man all right?
No, yeah, he's fine.
Hey, too soon.
Fellas like that sitting there. Yeah, I'm sound, yeah.
And do you know what he did as well? Oh my God. So I was DJing on it and playing bongos, and Johnny had another sax gig. So he left and he took the van key with him.
I remember this now. Yeah, it's coming back to me. Can't tell me the story again.
So I've assaulted a man at a wedding with this confetti cannon. And then I packed down, and then I had to wait with the man and the rest of the party for an hour and a half while you driven off with the van key.
Yeah, sorry.
How did you get back? How did that end?
Yeah, he had to come back.
I just had to do my gig and drive back.
Can I get in the ambulance with you?
Jesus.
I'll play to the lights.
Oh my God, that's a funny story. I know the fella doesn't appreciate the story being told, and it's just a malfunction, isn't it? It's not you've done it on purpose.
It wasn't our malfunction. It came from the warehouse, so you know.
Yeah, you know who you are. We are suing, as well as the man. He's getting commission. I love that. You know, another question for you? What's your favourite event to play at?
Ocean Beach with Sin. Yeah.
The minute you got that booking, I don't know what year did you first play that?
It was the year after COVID, so that's how quickly we went through.
Wow. So you went from being like a customer at Ocean, watching Billy and that perform and Lee and stuff perform, you know, do their sets and stuff, and then you think, right, was you stood there going, I'm going to be on that stage?
So
No.
we played with Billy.
No, to be fair, when I bought a saxophone, I thought, oh, this will look cool in my living room.
Got a guitar like that.
This will be a cool like party trick to show people. And also, my dad's in a band, and I stepped in to play Baker Street. One song, literally just one song.
Was it like a jazzy tune as well? Yeah.
That's all I could play, and
So you can play now.
that I know.
Baron Jabal.
All that.
Yeah.
That's all I can play. But so I only learned it for that one song. So although I'd like seen Ellie and Laura and I'd been to Sin, I didn't really think like, I thought that that's never gonna happen. So I was never like, oh, I'm gonna be on that stage and it just like literally naturally happened.
Was you shitting
It was all when I
yourselves?
met Tom. Tom changed my life.
Yeah.
It was. Do you remember when that person?
You
said,
know what I've got in the middle of you? So I'm gonna put like a little like
little bubble heart.
just to appear as you said that. Then
Do you remember that cringy line? Do you remember
What?
when?
oh, you used to really love each other. I know you do. So don't start playing hard in front of the cameras.
There was this guy. After it was before he told us if we're so good, go do it yourself. Do you remember he said, "Sticks"? He was like, "Stay close with him."
Oh no, yeah, he was like.
We
yeah,
did.
He got
Was that his accent as well?
I was just going to say, what was that accent then?
You stay close with
He's
him.
from Manchester.
Manchester
Stay
Zola.
close with him.
Smiler. He got like really close.
on the Zoom.
No. So this
in
was like.
person.
So when we do like shows and we had to like showcase, we would get put together.
Okay.
And he'd have like different. Like he such
really
a
weird.
space invader. He got really close and was like, "Stick with him, you'll go far." And I was like, "Okay."
It's very funny because Ryan says that to me all the time.
What?
You always say that to me all the time, don't you? Yeah. Stick with me, lads. You'll go far. It's a joke. What he says it's like joking, but that fella was being.
I robbed it off you though. Don't know if you know that.
I don't know where I've got that from.
But you said it to me,
Don't
and then
know.
when you started saying it to me, I thought, "Hang on, dickhead, you stick with me."
So he said that to you.
Yeah.
No, he said it to me about him.
Yeah. To
Hey.
you.
Right. That got confusing
But
there.
to be fair,
Can you just put the camera on yourself?
Can we just put the camera on Beth for a sec? She's having like a Mr. Bean moment here.
That'll do.
yeah, no, but to be fair, like,
Watch me shelf, Tom.
Yeah, I almost broke that then.
I'm not the most organised person.
Strengths and weaknesses, isn't it?
Like, so I don't think the business would have worked without Tom actually like putting order into it. Because I'm like, I'll do that booking. Oh yeah, I'll go to Spain. I'll do that booking. Like, but really the logistics of actually
Planning it, organising it.
does fall on Tom. So I need. So he basically does. Like I need that to be able to be as busy as I am really. So big up.
Nice. I just love the fact that.
Why are you crying?
So much.
I bring the work in.
Yeah.
It's that plant.
And he turns it into the.
I know how you feel. I know how you feel.
Sense of me. I bring the work in, and he's not even organised. Be fair.
But going back to your sin thing.
Yeah.
It was mad when we played it the first time, and you know, just when you went back to that whole imposter syndrome thing.
Yeah.
At the beginning, sometimes we have to play by ourselves. So like, I'll do a set by myself. Johnny will do a set by yourself.
On the stage.
Yeah. And I remember the first time we did that, and I'm thinking like, no one's gonna care. Do you know what I mean? Like, you go out there and you're just terrified that like the phones won't go up because it's such a big event.
When you walk over to a table full of birds, and it does get like.
It's intimidating. It's not intimidating, but I know what you're saying. It's a bit like you're cringing at yourself in a way, aren't you? Because you're performing. Yeah. But you've just done it so long. Was it just a different kettle of fish when you're over there?
No, it's sometimes it.
I remembered as well. Do you remember the first time we gigged together in the Florist? This was so embarrassing. So like, we're walking around playing. We're going up to these tables, and do you remember I flicked my stick in my fingers? I like flicked the stick, and it accidentally slipped out of my fingers, and it launched across the room. And I had to walk up to this table of girls and like pick up the drumstick and then walked back, and I looked like such a knob.
Was you like eye contact with the girls when you picked it up? Was you like slipping through my fingers?
This still happens on a regular. I don't know why you're saying at the beginning. This happened last week. So he's dropping his sticks.
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
There was some lad who I worked with a long time ago who his whole act was about throwing the sticks. So I thought, you must be sick at this. And I'm not messing. He was just dropping them left, right, and centre. When you watch Britain's Got Talent, and that's the whole juggling act, and they're just dropping them, they're like, Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut this bit out, aren't I? Can't be dropping someone, innit?
It's cringy.
Yeah.
I find like I do. There's quite a few people that will go over the top,
flicking sticks and stuff.
Yeah, I just find it so cringy.
They're there for the music, aren't they? Not for the.
I remember when you tried that light up suit. Do you remember?
Like upside.
Did you?
Like no, I didn't.
It was a hat.
I can't do that stuff.
Because you do, I do see like the girls who turn up now. We were like, is it like an impersonation of Ellie basically? Because she has all like the kit, doesn't she?
Yeah, the hats and all that.
But is it though? I'm saying, is it like? Does she find it like a bit of an impersonation of herself?
I'm not sure, so. but girls that mix are nice. We've played them a few times.
They're boss them.
Girls that mix.
I really like them.
Yeah, they're sick.
We're trying to get them on here.
Yeah, they're sick. Girls that mix, they're sick. Yeah, they wear all the stuff. And the girl has the ponytail, the drummer, doesn't she? And she's like,
Chris.
Can I have some Dizzy doing that?
Chris Sticks, I met her the other week at Palmos for the first time. Really good.
Cool. Tom, are we going to grow a ponytail anytime soon so you can
yeah.
have a go?
I just clip it on.
But it's good that you just said that though, because they're like, they do the same as you guys, and you're basically saying, oh yeah, they're great, we love them.
Yeah, but we do gigs, like I've gigged with her.
There's no hard feelings. You actually like working with other people as well.
Do you have like a drum off?
I've never gigged with. Yeah, let's have a drum off. No. Yeah, it's
listen, don't you joke about things like that because we'll try and arrange that.
He's got a special in mind, just say, so we stand to get the artist lined up.
Specials.
She'll win.
No pressure. Another question. Oh! Just ignore that little noise then. If for the audio listeners.
That's just a ghost.
But, as you mentioned before, you both got partners and you both aren't married. And with it being a wedding podcast,
ooh.
Any weddings on the plan or on the go? Any proposals lined
Johnny
up?
was talking about this earlier.
Why was you thinking this?
He wasn't.
If your partners are listening, they're like that. This is the bit where you're turning up, ladies.
Like,
any? How long you been with your partner? Oh no, that's a bit of a personal question. But do you both want to get married at some point?
Yeah, I mean it'll be a stressful.
Why? You know a lot of suppliers, photographer, videographer.
As in, like, you'd have to have your wedding perfectly because we've done
so many. You've seen what to do and not to do.
I don't know what day we'd have it on either.
Thursday, I think.
Yeah, but Thursday weddings, it's just a bit.
Don't slag them off.
Yeah, but everyone leaves at 11, don't they? Like 12.
You just need to speak to the vet. No, because you just say to everyone, you're not coming unless you book day off next day.
Yeah. See, Johnny's saying he doesn't want to take the Friday, Saturday off for his wedding.
I reckon you do it. I reckon you do yours abroad.
That's such a weird businessman, that, isn't it?
Yeah,
I reckon Johnny would do his abroad.
I would definitely do it abroad.
I reckon you'd go more like traditional.
No, I'd do it abroad.
Would you?
Yeah.
The full vibe?
Yeah, there's a place in
Barbados.
Rockabella.
Oh yeah, I always thought about it.
Is unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's what, like, if I'm lucky enough to get there, I would definitely have it there.
Girls.
But what do you
think? In luck.
Would you have sax and bongos at your wedding?
I'd have like a festival style hour and like, I'd have different stages as well.
Would you play at your own wedding?
Of course. You've got to, haven't you?
I'll play at my own first dance.
And he'd get paid for it.
I was going to say,
and play myself.
Yeah.
Down the aisle.
Yeah.
Do you know what though? I think we've spoken to all the other people we've had on so far, and we'll always continue to do this when it sits up right. Is there does become a certain level of pressure about your own day and what that day will look like to use. I'm expecting your days to be like going off from the second I get there.
No pressure, lads. They might just want like a quiet day.
They might, but that's the expectation that some people will put on.
Yeah, I don't think I know that enough people to invite. I'm a bit of a loner.
You can invite us. We'll come. With cameras as well.
Yeah. We can't,
for a small fee.
Yeah, we can't afford you.
Listen, I'm more there for the fialdi, you know what I mean? So if you just want to get us over there, sounds. So any proposals coming up now? That's to be continued, isn't it?
Yeah, TBC.
Just wants to answer the question. You say, what?
Maybe.
You should do it now. You should ask her now.
Right now?
No, and then we'll see if she watched the podcast.
That's one way of seeing if she listens, mate. Just look down the lens.
Actually, no, I just come back from Dubai and have you heard of Oceano? There's like a restaurant that's in a fish tank. Like you're literally surrounded by sharks.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's like a 10-course preset meal. Like they talk you through like the plates, and it's like a story. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then we were like the last ones there, and no one was there, and we were like looking into the fish tank, and I just looked down. I was like, I think this is the right time. And I just went to get down on one knee. I was like, I was only messing.
Is that actually what you did? Yeah. You're sly.
And the waiter was like, I was like, oh no, I'm only messing.
Wait, take that, get my phone out of his pocket, start filming. No.
And she was like, yeah, don't do that. I was like, what do you mean, don't do it? You're gonna say no? Like,
Sometimes
you just push yourself back 2 years there, love.
Yeah.
That's what Beth done.
Yeah.
These aren't engaged either, by the way. Put a bit of light onto them.
No, every episode.
Why is that?
But having kids, she's pregnant, so...
I look like this, right?
Good answer, Beth. No, it's not to do with that, love. It's to do with we have got a little boy already. Just Tim, Jude.
No, you've got a plan, haven't you?
Yeah, we want to have our kids first.
They want to have all of their kids at their wedding, so they've got to pop them all
that
out
gives me
first.
time to save, you know what I mean, as well. And that's that. I think a lot of people... I think it's people more and more at the moment. People are like sending comments in all the time about it, and I'm thinking, oh, well, just because if I do it, I feel like they're all gonna be like, because I said no. So I'm gonna make you wait years. Oh no, I wouldn't do that to you, love, either. Sorry.
Shows the waited enough. Go on. Any more questions?
Yeah, got 2 more questions, and it's all related to songs. So I'll ask both of them really. Favorite song to perform and songs you hate to play.
I hate.
Dun 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 dun. Yeah, I love it.
And also what I hate,
I love Scouse House.
is have you heard of the bongo song?
Yeah.
So
Oh God, yeah, I've heard this one. Yeah.
so that's all right, but then there are so many different remixes of it.
Does it go into that version? I don't know.
Well,
No.
they're all different.
So you're thinking of that one, but a different one.
So like people expect me to play the bongo song, and I can play the bongo song, but then everyone's got like their own little version of it. So they're all different, and I don't know them all. And it is
It's trying to meet the match with the version that they're going to play, basically.
it's.
So that's the song you hate. What's your favourite song to play?
I like Levels. I think like everyone likes
Avicii?
Levels. Avicii. Yeah.
Oh, banger.
Like,
Takes me back to like my uni days, that song.
but to be honest, I don't actually play in it.
Don't play
Is that why you like it then? You just stand on the side like
I
that?
stand,
Yeah.
Make it up.
Is that like part of your act, just that?
Yeah.
That's all he does.
Stage presence, it's called.
If you know, like now I've shown
that?
you, you'll notice he just always does
Nah,
this.
it's not that. It's together.
Oh,
It's
double.
Yeah.
Double hander.
Yeah.
Aye, there's a skill to it.
So
I know.
cringy.
Now for Johnny's songs he doesn't like, you should have a while because
Yeah.
It's your list.
I
Yeah,
could
sometimes
list
you'll play a
this.
song and I'll be like, don't play that again. Don't play that
he
again.
hates the majority of songs. Call on me.
Go on,
Hates
Call
it.
on me. Yeah, horrible.
call on me. Eric
Mm.
Pritz.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. That's not a wedding related song, that though, is it?
Oh no, but it comes up in the site a lot.
In weddings?
Yeah. People like it.
Like the yoga video where everyone's doing all that?
Yeah.
That's all you picture.
Yeah. No, people
You just see all the
Hate that
like
song.
people who like that video from back in the day just sitting there just going, picturing
I
it.
was going to say that. I can't.
I hate that.
Go on, say
I
it.
can't. I really can't. I'll tell you in a minute.
All right.
Yeah. It's
Family show.
It's time really.
It's such a boring song.
What's that one?
Bed.
Bed.
Beach Ball.
Yeah.
Horrible song. Boring.
Beach Ball.
No, I
I love if any brides and grooms like that was our first dance song.
No, definitely not.
Oh yeah, this isn't even a question, but I just want to ask you before we let you go and just
I've got an
obviously wrap it
additional
up.
question as well. On the
Okay,
back. Oh, I
but
should have
I
asked
was
it before.
going to say, because we know when we're, from a wedding point of view, the logistics of how things look. Because a lot of the time when you guys are there and you're performing, it just depends on when they've booked you. But I think as the couple, when they book you, are they best book? I went mad world with this. Are they best booking you for like the first dance part? Because when we're getting off like half an hour after that, so we've only got like a tight window of basically capturing you on their day.
I always say to the bride and groom when we're doing, it's easier with international weddings because you're there the whole time.
Yeah.
But I always try and get them to have their first dance as late as possible.
Nice one, Tom.
Thanks for that.
I know. Yeah. But
11 o'clock at night to do us, you know.
It was him.
yeah, no, it is me. Because what happens
It peaks and then dies off, basically.
Yeah, the first dance. And
I get that,
again.
actually.
For the sax and the bongo, you mean?
No, I just mean for like the energy of the wedding. Like you come in, they cut the cake, they have the first dance, and they do it at like 7, don't they?
Yeah.
And then everyone sits
Oh,
down.
no, that's 7. What's his first dance at 7?
Some places do it at 7.
No,
and
it's too early, that.
they all go and sit down again.
Minimum 8 today.
I'd say half 8 to 9 is a
But I get
time.
what you mean now. It's like, it's because there does become like a bit of a drop off, doesn't it? That's why we always stay that like a little bit after the first dance so we can get that bit. But then there is usually like a bit of a lull and then you come.
But if the buffet's coming out at 9, that's why I always think like the buffet is now open. It's like it's 8 o'clock, half 8 first dance, and you've got like an hour to half an hour.
Swerve that buffet, I think, because it kills it off.
Who likes a buffet?
No one's asked by then.
No.
I think sometimes you're best just getting them like canapes, aren't you?
Yeah, just throw them to the side. Don't even announce it. Just
have like the staff walking around giving out burgers and chips and that.
Yeah, that's how they need to do it.
You know when you walk into a
It's
room?
the fish. It's the fish ones.
I don't like fish anyway, so.
And then the whole place just stinks of fish.
You've heard it here first, guys. Johnny.
There's pros and cons. Like the earlier set, yeah, you get the first dance bit, or like I can come in during the first dance. People like that moment, and then like it kicks in to something after. But then like the later slot also, that's when everybody's like just letting their hair down. Like everyone's drunk, and so like the party can get wild then, or you can just pay for the whole night.
Do you prefer when they pay for the whole night? Or do you rather be going to different places and stuff?
It's easier because you can control it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not just like
you've got to come
rushing
for it now and then you're off type of thing.
Yeah. And also, even for our DJs, they're saving songs for when the sax and bongos go on.
Right.
But if we're there for the whole night, then there can be more like high energy moments opposed to saving it until, if they booked us at 11 till 12, they're saving an hour's worth of massive tunes for 11 till 12.
I've always wondered that with DJs, how do they remember what they've played?
Because like it turns green once you've played it on the screen.
I've just learned something new there, didn't know that.
And I'm not a DJ.
Not yet.
Turns grey though.
Quicker. Oh, what?
Grey.
I thought it turns green.
No, it fades out. But it was
Definitely green.
My one goes grey.
Because you use a tractor.
Is yours special, Tom? What's your additional question?
It was actually tied to something before, which is kind of a bit boring now. But it still stands. Obviously, you've both got instruments. Is your saxophone your original saxophone that you bought? And is yours your original drums that you bought?
It's like
I've had one robbed, one knocked off a stage, and these are like $4,000, $5,000 saxophones, by the way. One's been like thrown, one's had beer poured in it. I'm on to like my 5th sax.
I didn't know they were that much.
Well, I mean, like, you don't have to be.
But you want the best.
I like a specific
brand.
I've tried that many.
Yeah.
There's one that's just like cut through. I'd like to make and tell the difference night and day from any other one. So
yeah, it's like Trigger and its broom. You've seen that in Ovals and Horses, yeah.
And what about the drums for you? Are they like?
It's exactly like that. I've got.
You can just replace
you
the
change
actual
the
thing, though,
skins,
can't you?
is it?
Yeah.
The skins at the top?
So I changed the skins, but I've got 2. I've got so many. I've still got some in freaking Jenny's. I now.
You've got bongos in my girlfriend's house.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, we'll talk about that later.
Can we talk about that off air?
I've got 2 of exactly the same.
Okay. Do you have stickers on them so you know which one's which?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No.
No?
But yeah, it's the mics that I always break.
No, so Tom got his. So you'll see bongo players and they're quite like long. Like if you look at the drum,
Deep.
they're quite long and deep.
Yeah? No pun intended.
How he likes it.
And then and they look bulky, they look awkward. But
Yeah.
Tom went to some like freelance manufacturer guy to make him these like slim ones and balance, and they do sound way better and they look better. So fair play.
Because you can't.
He's pioneered the bongo scene,
Yeah.
and nobody's copied you. But he's patting them.
Do you reckon
so no
people
one
look
can
at you and
copy.
go, where's he got them from?
Yeah.
Does Alan never do that to you? Because I know
always
Alan.
ask.
I know Alan, you see. Does Alan go, where'd you get them from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because you can't take them on a plane. If they're too.
Oh, he's throwing shade at all of the bongo players. The other players not go on a plane.
No.
No.
Do you take them on the actual, and that sounds daft, this, do you put them under or do you take them onto the
That's what I
plane?
mean. Take
No,
them
you
on.
have to take.
Are they in your
like,
carry-on?
there's no way I'm gonna like if I'm going
Risk
to
it.
win, like
Yeah.
so it stays with me. Yeah.
But everyone else is putting them under. You need to get the slim ones, and you can take them with you.
There you go.
Interesting.
Little insight to the bongo world there.
Yeah. I feel like we are going to wrap this episode up because we've had just like for hours now. But before we let you go, would you come back on? I know you were going to say, would you come back on the podcast?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So you convinced me there, Gerard. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
But it's nice to know that you would come back on. Tom didn't answer. He just
of course.
Yeah.
I appreciate you having us.
No, I've loved having you
This is
on.
the first podcast we've ever done.
So we are like
and we've been asked quite a lot.
Have you?
Yeah.
Is that actually true?
Yeah.
I really take a lot.
No.
Yeah, what can I?
But I've always been like so apprehensive about doing it.
Did you? What made you feel like then saying yes to this one before we let you go?
Because literally last night at 12 o'clock, Tom goes, "We've got that podcast." I was like, "What? You what?"
Shit.
I didn't sign up for this.
With them knobheads as well? No way.
I thought there was going to be a lovely answer like, we've seen you at weddings.
Seen you a lot.
We know you're nice.
But then what I did was I then looked at it and then was like, "Oh no, this is actually quite professional." And then got nervous and then looked at Lee's and thought, "Oh, this would be good."
Oh, sounds. I appreciate that.
I'll take it.
I
I'll take that
actually
backhand
didn't-
compliments all day.
I didn't know. I didn't know it was.
Go on,
this.
Tom. You're going to tell us something nice now.
Yeah, I
Tom was
actually
the organiser,
I
wasn't he?
actually saw Leeds when it came out, so I thought.
Did you?
Yeah. So I like to watch them.
Oh, thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Tom. It's always like to meet one fan anyway.
Do you want to? Oh, we are. You prepare? You prepped?
So, you'll know this. You won't know this. But we always give back.
It's going to get left in their car, by the way.
Yeah.
There's no type of lads there. They're like me.
We always give back to our mates. So we've got a little
I'll chat.
our
Mug.
chat cup that you can put in your beds and let it drink out of.
Yeah. Johnny drinks tea though.
Do you drink any drinks from a cup? I notice you've got a can there, non-sponsored.
Get a label on that.
He only drinks
I don't drink-
Monster.
I don't drink
Fanta
hot
or
drinks.
Tango.
Don't you?
Tango.
Go pass that mug back then after this. We've cut this. So just looks like you've got a gift.
No, but I drink hot chocolate at Christmas.
Yeah.
So
There you
I'll
go.
save it for that.
Oh,
Save
sounds.
He won't stop banging on about Bailey's mint.
Oh, Bailey's and hot chocolate. Those fit.
Mint Bailey's.
Yeah.
Like mint chocolate.
Surprised he hasn't gone on about it here now.
Well, you've just mentioned it, so
No.
revelation for anyone who doesn't
Limited
know.
edition.
The sax player Johnny loves mint hot chocolates or Bailey's.
If you're looking for a gift, that's what you're getting. But
yeah.
no, we
Well, thank you very
really,
much.
really do appreciate that. And I know you have only come because it's us. Don't have to pretend. But we when we said it before about we see yous at every, and we see yous as like the top in our world, definitely. But I know yous are doing it in you. You know, Mike.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
It
and
doesn't feel like that.
no, it does. We've highly rate us in what when we see other people do what you do, and I've always thought, being truthful when we started the podcast, when we were thinking of like suppliers to have on, you were the top. You might be on that board.
You're on the
over
board there.
Oh, thank you.
Before we
There's
even
the
asked
initial
you,
board.
because we were like, we need them on because they're like the top in their game. And that's what it was like. So like Lee, for example, he's one of the top DJs that we work with. Like, got to get him on. And that goes for every supplier that we've had on so far. And they're in their line of part of the day, such as for a wedding day, use the top. So
Thank you very much.
and we feel like we haven't even got to like shout you out because you said, "Oh, these smashing." You just done us a favour by coming on here. So
I know.
thanks.
Oh, thank you.
Can't wait for the lawsuits. See you in the next one.